So, spawning is player number 1 today. We've got FFNEZ on his Persian. We've got the first non-mirror matchup of the game today. So this will be nice to see, because I'm sure you guys have all been waiting for a bit of a break from CVC and BVB. And right now, yeah, FFNEZ on his hunt. Alundra, his opponent today. Probably one of the other tournament favourites. Is playing on his trusty Babylonians. He didn't drop a game when he played them in the last tournament. He picked them. So he's going for a barracks to start with. FFNEZ, I think he's probably going to go for an early barracks as well. It seems to be a little bit delayed. He's umming and ahhing about what to do with his villagers. And he's going to see the barracks. So he's going to throw down the barracks. Fairly interesting reactive play there from FFNEZ. He's floated a little bit of wood, going to have a delayed barracks, but put 2 villagers on it. So he's going to have the Sparrow in time. I think he probably is going to opt for a late aid tent to be able to defend against it. Doesn't have the wood to be able to do so, obviously, at the moment. But he's getting more villagers out. I do like his vanity. His little snowman hats. Snowman helmets, really. So that barracks is going to finish up. But there's a spearman already out for Alundra. He's got another one on the way. He's going to obviously be opting to shift towards his gold soon as well. 5 villagers on his food. He's got his 3 on his wood. So yeah, he's going to be pretty set to push here. But FFNEZ going for an early hunting dog. So I do like this in saying that, because he has got it as sort of as early as he can before his second storehouse. Not immediately, because he did actually get up to about 20 wood first, but still pretty quick. And he's going to go for a house first, just to make sure he's not going to get pop capped, even though he's a bit slow on the spire. But he doesn't have a terribly easy wood line, really. The easiest is probably actually going to be, well, the safest to be here, the easiest to be here, and this is going to be hard. But in saying that, if he puts one here, he's actually going to, if he gets aid tent, have double healing, despite the fact he's going to have the hardest time trying to defend. If he gets it here, he can actually use it for 2 purposes, because he's going to have the gold income, as well as have the aid tent there to have the wood line. So it'll be interesting to see where FFNEZ actually opts to throw down this storehouse, because he's just distance gathering his wood at the moment, which is a really interesting strat from the Peruvian player. And Alundra is trying to whittle down these spearmen, or trying to whittle down his villagers. So neither player has villagers in queue at the moment while this nail-biting fight is going on, guys. Alundra saving a spearman there. Hasn't got a villager in queue. Oh, there we go. He's got a couple of villagers in queue now. Pulling out his low spearman because he's been repelled, I think, ultimately. He took that long trying to harass down these villagers, which he did actually deny a bit of gathering time. And FFNEZ still has no wood storehouse. Interesting decision from our player 1 today. And our player number 2 is backing off and picking a fight with these wolves. So Alundra, age 2 on the way. He's got his ziggurat down. FFNEZ also has his on the way. So 16 villagers apiece. But Alundra going to be able to continue villager production out of his town centre there. So both players pretty even in terms of the amount of village time they dropped there while all that fighting was going on. In a top level game you won't see that happen, but anywhere below that, early game fighting tends to really mess with people's villager production. And these villagers all being denied the opportunity to gather. So this is good for Alundra, not so good for FFNEZ, who's distance gathering that stone still as well. So there's neither a wood nor a stone storehouse. There we go, stone storehouse from FFNEZ. No aid tent, getting his loom now. Single spearman trying to pick a fight with a million Sparrow there, but he's going to lose that. And this distance gathering from FFNEZ, I'm not sure why he's doing this. It's really shooting him in the foot, because he's defending well, but he has no wood storehouse, so he's not actually keeping up in terms of gathering. He's had a hunting dogs over Alundra this whole time, but he's had no wood storehouse. He's had good defense, but yeah, late on the stone storehouse. So it's ultimately kept him so far behind in terms of resources, and he really needs to get more villagers gathering food at the moment. He's just got enough stone for his town centre. And Alundra doesn't have the stone for his town centre yet, but he's going for a 1-1-1 opening, I think, before his TC. Alundra's pretty good at doing these and pretty known for doing it. He did it quite a lot. Pretty much every game of last tournament, bar 1 or 2, he opened up pretty much like this style. And so FFNEZ finally has a wood storehouse 5 minutes into the game, and he's instantly catching back up in terms of score. He needs to get this town centre down. He needs to get either a stables or a range out just to be able to take fights. Even if he doesn't know which he just needs something. But I mean, obviously he knows there's a good spearman count from Alundra, so the range is the better choice. But Alundra does like to go for his own bowman. And he does also like to go for slingers too, so single scouting spear picked off. And that second town centre for FF's going to go up, but it is scouted by Alundra, so he's going for a garden himself because he wants to be able to keep up in terms of eco. At least he can sort of cut down production times on things if he does so. And there's some bowmen being added into the mix. The spar are quite good under the bowman fire, but the spearmen won't be. It's a little bit choppy, the game at the moment, a little bit laggy, sorry about that, just OCE things. So a handsaw finishing up there for Alundra. FFNEZ getting ointment at the moment. He does have his own handsaw and he is getting aid tent now, so I wonder what he's going to have to do. He's going for stables over the range, so he's put off on getting a second, well, that range that long that he's going to might as well get the stables, because Alundra would have opted for producing more out of his range than the racks, unless he really was looking to spend everything this early. But FFNEZ does need to get that range out soon, because these spearmen are going to make it really hard for the Asparbar to actually do anything to the back line. And pharmacology is kicked in for the Babylonians, so he's going to get the regen, the Persian regen early on. It's going to have to come from his units being parked near the storehouse, and FFNEZ is just outside of storehouse range there with those two low Spira, so he's not really getting the full value of the tech out just yet. Oh, the game's so laggy. I really hope it doesn't crash. Close your window, FFNEZ, you're letting the Wi-Fi out. Have you guys seen that meme? It's fucking hilarious. Sorry about swearing. Anyway, the scout checking the army. FF needs to get more production out now, because he's floating 500 wood here. He can throw down two ranges, or a range and a barracks, a range and a stables. And Alundra right now is trying to take a good fight here. Only got half his army fighting here, but so does FF. He's got these guys just rallied at the back line, not doing anything. Don't know what's going on for him. Has he crashed? Oh no, there we go. He's finally rallied everything back out. He's saving the villagers. Must be really, really laggy, I think. Gonna go for a defensive tower. And he needs to spend that wood. Alundra doing a bit better job of the spending, I think. FFNEZ is largely up in terms of, even in terms of score, but 33 villages apiece, and Alundra is 11 pop ahead, so he's got a much bigger army at the moment. And there's no, there is the stables now, so the lancers are going to start coming in for the Babylonian player. FFNEZ is going to have to get more spearmen out, and then he's going to need to get some ranged out or a lot of Asabara out to defend them from the bowmen. And this tower's going to finish. I think FF probably could have put a couple of aid tents here and actually pulled his army back and defended this. But I don't know, I think Alundra might have broken him here, because FF has not really got any food in the bank here. It still has a lot of wood in the bank. These two production facilities are unfinished. He's losing all of his army. I think this might be Alundra's ticket into the final, but FF's going to go for another defensive tower. He's going to try and finish off that range. So, but Alundra spots what's going on. He's going to clean up that barracks. More wood in the bank for FF. He's got nearly 1,000 wood in the bank here, and he's got his opponent on his doorstep. He's down to 33 workers. Alundra's up to 36. And no army in sight for FF at the moment. Alundra's starting his second town centre now, so he's going to start catching up in terms of eco. Even though he's not really behind in terms of his villager count at all, he's actually ahead despite the 1 TC push here, and he's really broken FF, I think. There's no army here for FF, who's got a defensive tower, and he's got a couple of bowmen coming out, but it's not going to be enough. There's a few lancers, there's a shield bearer, there's heaps of bowmen inside FF's base, and this whole time he's pretty much forced to have to try and figure out where to gather out in the map, and the moment Alundra spots it, there's nothing FF can actually do to save his units. So all these villagers trying to go on the berries, misrallied just before it. FF's panicking, trying to keep these bowmen alive. I think he's just microing them back there, but oh, there's just too much going on at once in his base. He's actually using the villagers to try and have one last ditched effort. He's going to try and micro his villagers in and out of the 2 TCs at once. So what's he going to be able to do here? He's going to try and force out the aid tent just to give himself the healing to get through this, but Alundra is streaming in units from both sides of his base, and there's not really anything left for FF. GG is called. Alundra is through to another finals. GG, well played, guys. Thank you both for attending, and phenomenal stuff from the Alundra there. Very, very rush heavy Babylonian play. That trick is still in the bag, and guys, we're probably going to see that one in the finals. So Alundra ultimately did outgather FF just because he managed to deny so much gathering around FF's base in the end there, and just kept streaming units in that big parade push. The score was relatively even up until Alundra opting to push there with that small army advantage, and then that was it. From there, FF could never recover, and it was like being in the spiral of death by a crocodile or something. So yeah, GG, well played, guys.